Okay, it is day 3, and things have been good. Things have been good. I think so. I watched this video actually. Actually, watched this on day 1. I was trying to figure out what exactly is the best way to do these video journals. What's a good way to journal in general? I've journaled before, but as I said, but I've never actually looked into good journaling habits. And the video I remember said 4 things. It said you should start with just I think just talking about your day, one good thing that happened, one not so good thing that happened. And I can't remember what the fourth thing was. Maybe like tying it all together, just like a comment or any and then whatnot. And so I think, frankly, I'll try and do that. So in terms of today, today was a good day. I think I didn't get much sleep last night. I got about 5 hours of sleep thereabout. But something I got about 5 hours of sleep. I went to sleep and I made the in leg the entry for yesterday. I prayed, I asked God just to help me out, like when as I woke up, just helping me have enough energy and being able to get through the day. I woke up at 7:30, went to bed at almost 2, and I got up and I was fine. And I was motivated, I was encouraged. I had no trouble getting out of bed. It was slightly groggy, but nothing beyond that. And so I get out of bed and I go take a shower and I go and get ready for the day. It was so nice just to be able to do these things because before I'd be sleeping in. I wouldn't shower like when I meant to. It was just the whole thing. But anyway, um, okay. Being aware of the time, I did my exams. My exam went, I think, really well. I was nervous about it. I wasn't sure how it was going to go, but I think that practice that I did really did help. I knew exactly what I had to do, and then I was in a good position. And so I just thank God because there is an opportunity to get an A, and if I can, that would be amazing. In fact, if I get an A in that exam, and I get an A in my computer vision exam, which I don't know if will happen because my problem set grades are looking a bit finicky, but otherwise, it could be a full A semester, which has not happened yet. But at least a majority A semester, I think it can be. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, so I went to study, or sorry, I went to take the exam afterwards. I had food. I took a bit of a nap. I went to go and study. It's been a pretty good day overall, like pretty chill. I low key got constipated. It was bad, like very, very bad. I took some laxatives, and now my stomach is just cooked, and it's been cooked for a while. So I'm praying that I go to sleep and wake up and just like things are better. But we'll see. Um, but yeah, today's been yeah. So overall, that's really what happened today. One nice thing about today, I guess, the following the structure is, I had a conversation with my friend, right? And he was talk. I asked him, okay, should I make these videos public? And because I'd been wondering about this, should I actually? I know, like I said, that yeah, it would be cool to like encourage people to let people hear a story, but should I make them public, especially given like what I want to do with these and everything? And he said, honestly, yeah, go for it. And so I've been very encouraged. I think I think it'd be cool to make these videos public. It's a very unpolished, like kind of content, just talking to the camera, just interacting with whoever's listening, and just talking about life and just my thoughts and how to go about things, the pursuit of whatever it is that I'm pursuing. But I'm excited, so I think I'll try and do a few things once school ends, and then plus make it into like an actual channel, and then really like I talked about once again about the whole like making a longer form video after, or not longer form video, but a more polished video, maybe every 2 weeks, every month, where I just like condense something that I've been talking about in the journal entries and everything. So I think that could be pretty cool. Apart from that though, today was a good day. There's honestly not much to say like, oh, I wish I could have done better. I think I did a really good job. I think honestly, I think I did a really good job of just trusting in God today, and God came through. Like he really just reminded me of all the things that I'd asked him to remind me of. Like today, I didn't get distracted at all today. Not with a single thing. YouTube was blocked. There were times where I would open up I would be on Google Chrome. I'd open a new tab, press Y without even thinking about it, and then YouTube would come up. But then I realized, oh, YouTube is blocked. I can't use it. So that was helpful actually. Like it stopped those like those spontaneous habits of just going to this and not really thinking about what I'm doing. So that was good. Um, and then I spent time talking to people. I really like slowed down. I was doing things. I was enjoying the whole experience. I was allowing myself to live beyond what I usually do, which is usually just rushing, having to optimize, thinking that I need to do more, getting burnt out, then wanting to scroll, wanting to do this, that, not spending my time well, not knowing why I work towards something, the vision that I have. And so I think today, like, I think today I did a lot better of a job at that. And I'm just grateful to God because truly it's by his strength and sometimes by his wisdom. Not sometimes, all times, but anyway, I think it's like today was a very, very good day. The constipation was annoying, extremely, extremely annoying. And low key, I need to start eating more fiber, but I'm really glad with the way that today went. Now, that being said, one bad thing though is that I have two finals tomorrow. I actually have a lot to do tomorrow. I was thinking about this a bit. There's a lot of people I would have really wanted to hang out with, to talk to interact with before the semester ends, especially a lot of the seniors. I realize I'm very, very short-sighted. I think I spoke about this yesterday, I think, but I don't actually see beyond like a few days. And so it hasn't hit me that people are graduating and I wouldn't see them until now. And as much as like I've talked to people, I've interacted with people, I've not made the time to actually really enjoy and take in the last few moments that I'll have with them for a prolonged time because they're gonna go to their places, do their own thing. It's either they're going to be proactive about reaching out to me or I have to be proactive about reaching out to them. But we're not gonna see each other on like a day to day. So, oh yeah, who's it? Okay, some of my friends just have to knocked on my door. I don't remember what I was talking about. I can't lie to you. Something about I think about experiencing the experiences with the seniors especially, and just like enjoying that time more. I want to learn to have. I want to learn to see things from a larger, further distance, because I I've become extremely relaxed, like resting in terms of like I'm not stressed about a lot of things. But then what's also happened is I don't realize sometimes I don't sometimes realize the gravity of situations or the circumstances that I find myself in. These people are going and I'm not going to get to see them. And even if I had and now I'm trying to think of like ways and methods to try and get to see them and everything. But then I have to after exams I have to pack because if I don't pack, then all this has to go somehow. And I'm about to fly back to Norway. My flight's on Thursday and everything, and so there's so there's not enough time to do what ideally I should have done before, and I'm not really regretting, but I kind of am regretting. I wish there were opportunities to do more essentially to do something more about that. And I want to be more intentional with the way I interact with people. I've personally like, reflected on this a lot. Like I've maybe hinted at it in the previous ones as well. I want to be very I want to learn to be intentional with the people I interact with how I interact with people, with what I do, with how I go about things. I want to learn, as I said, to listen more and just to like listen more, hear more from people. It's just unfortunate that I don't know. I find it difficult at times. Difficult to go out of my way to plan something. I'm worried about if what if this works, doesn't work, or that doesn't work, or if I don't have the energy to actually go out my way and be with this person. What if I'm not as benevolent as I think I can be? All these what ifs. I think I just need to go and do it. I already know that. I already know that my life is a response to God's grace to what He's done. I already know that I'm walking on the path, and the goal is to do what I need to do to continue to stay on that path, to look to Christ and to remember what He's like leading me towards. I already remember all these things, so it's now just a case of practicing it, of following after these things. There's nothing to be afraid of. And I can always tell myself these things, and I probably will say it now and then go and fail again later. But truly, there is nothing to be afraid of. And I really do want to get to that place of just trusting that, relying on that. I didn't get to study as much as I probably could have for the exams I have tomorrow. A little bit nervous about those, but I've also acknowledged I've done what I can with this day. This day was a good day. I really have done what I can. I don't feel stressed or worried or feeling like, oh, I should have done more. No regret. I think, but I do acknowledge that next time I should change my ways. The same way how I'm realizing I should change my ways now, these should apply later. And I believe there's a lot greater things that I might be able to do. We'll see. Okay, that's the entry for today. Not much to say. Not much to say. Yeah, actually, I guess there's a lot of things I could talk about, but I'm trying to keep it to that 10-minute mark. I guess the very last thing I'll mention is my friend called me and he said, my friend asked if he could call me. He's in Europe right now. He asked me if he could call me, and because he had to study and he hadn't studied for an exam yet, and it was already like really late for him, like 10 p.m. and he just wanted like to talk to someone or he just wanted someone to be present while you're studying, kind of like to focus him into what he had to do. And so I got on a call with him, and we were on a call for like 3 hours, not talking, just like chilling there. And honestly, there was something very, there was something nice about it. Just not worrying so much about optimality, not worrying so much about doing something a certain way, just existing for the sake of existing. And I feel that is actually that's the way that life is expected to be lived. But we make life a lot more rigid than it needs to be. I mean, even Jesus like just randomly sat with random people. Like he had places to go, he had a plan, but like parts of the plan was to sit down. And so I want to do that more. Anyway, main things to reflect on, continuing what has happened today, just holding on to faith. I think also reading the word would be beautiful. I'll see if I get time for that though, because I still have to wake up early for the exam. I could wake up earlier, but I'll see. I'll see what I do. It is also about 2 hours earlier. It's 11 p.m. rather than, no, or 3 hours earlier rather than 2 a.m. But yeah, that's the spiel. I will update more on what happens later. Okay. Peace.